How's it? Ayar Seffrican, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. We have been left here in the dark, trying to find a way out of this office world, whatever trap the narrator has put us in. And I still don't know what to do. And I would really appreciate it, if there were no jump scares.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
What?
Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay. Maybe it wants you to not listen to him, and he is actually the good guy because he is the narrator. He is making the story. But maybe that's what he wants you to think. We're back. We're back in the office. Okay, either way, we are going to defy him on this playthrough. We ain't going to listen to him.
All of his
Everything looks similar. I can't recall. I don't remember those pages being there. I remember trying to look at that one. It's just as eerie as it was before. Nothing. No surprises. Sales are still doing bad.
He entered the door on his left.
Do I listen now, or do I... We're not gonna listen. This is the game. This is the mind games he's playing on us. I want to listen to him, but we'll have that opportunity. We'll try this again. But am I playing through the same thing?
Get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't. No, he did not. He sounds a little different. We're going to run through this the same way. Surely the game knows this is the second time we're disobeying him.
That I'm on your
It's
side.
like exactly the same.
Chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I'm going to continue defying him because I cannot believe that it's going to be exactly the same. So, let's go in the left door because we went to the right door. It's the same. It's the same thing! So we walk to the room and then we need to walk back to the light.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Yes,
It's the same thing! Okay, so we need to take another route. So is that the game? It's like, it's so short. But naturally, there are probably 100,000 routes you could take. So let's listen to him this time. Let's just listen to him and see where it takes us. I will listen to you, sir.
All of memo.
Stanley's just a robot. Stanley will go to the meeting room. I must have missed a memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I shall go left. Glad I thought of it. Hey, I'm in the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Whiteboard
Stanley
manager
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, we are just continuing to listen to him this time. It's different.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And
stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
what ceiling is that?
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief.
Who's gonna
what
fix that camera if
orchestrated
something
this?
happens?
What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't pop. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What? Okay, this is totally different, obviously.
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Mind control facility. What is happening in here? What is happening?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What the hell? Surveillance mode?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
One fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Holy crap.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What? So far the narrator is actually being a good guy?
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
What?
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
There's so many buttons,
For
there's so many
he
options.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Power system off or on. We're listening to him this time and he said we're going to dismantle the controls.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Where the hell am I?
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Wow!
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
So it's actually the good ending if you listen to him, but I've got a feeling there might be a twist.
What to do or how to feel was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
What kind of
Stanley
facility
stepped
is this?
through the open door.
Even now you could defy him.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. and Stanley was happy.
Oh, so he is a good guy. Okay, cool. He is a good guy. But I've got a feeling that there's branches you could take where he's not a good guy. That is so cool and interesting. And you just start back. Okay, so if you completely defy him, it doesn't really lead you anywhere. It just, I don't know. I don't like that ending very much. If you listen to him, you kind of get a happy ending. But at any moment, you could decide to do something else, and then who knows what's going to happen. And that's what we got to find out next. We've got to kind of work through it, and with obviously the main point being what happened to the workers. What is the point of this facility and stuff? Very interesting. Just like a small bit of the story, and you've got to replay it to get more. Obviously, that's the point.
He stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
So even that in itself, just standing, is an option. Very peculiar. Anyway, if you liked what you saw and you want to see more, leave a like. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe below. And I'll see you in the next video.